Good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks for joining this meeting. Before we begin, let me introduce the attending today's meeting. We have Imran, Yujong, Shakirin, Haziq, and also me, the CEO of the company. Before we start the discussion today, let's have everyone here to introduce themselves briefly.
Okay. Hello and good morning. My name is Muhammad bin Shakirin. You guys can just call me Shakirin. I'm the head of HR department. Nice meeting you guys.
Hello everybody, I am Imran Hakim. I am in charge for finance and nice meeting you all and hope you have a great meeting.
Hello everyone, my name is Lo Yu Chong. You may just call me Lo or Yu Chong. I'm the technical officer and it's nice to meet you all today.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Haziq bin Hisham. Just call me Haziq, and my position was a head of marketing. Nice to meet all of you.
And me again, I'm Ziyuan. You guys can call me Yuan. I'm the CEO of the software company. Alright, gentlemen, thanks for the self-introduction. Let us start our discussion. Today we are going to discuss about the work from home culture in our company. I'm sure you have noticed that recently, since we started allowing our employees to work from home, our company performance is suffered in this season. So we are here to discuss what are the drawbacks of working from home and what actions should we take to overcome this drawback and improve the situation. Therefore, I would like to start today's discussion by bringing out the first drawback I noticed. The first drawback of working from home is the lack of a good working environment. When working from home, there could be a lot of distractions, like from the household chores, from the family members, or maybe from a noisy living environment. I myself also find that it's very difficult for me to focus on working because the environment is so different and there's disturbance from many things like my children, household chores, etc. What do you guys think? Have you guys come across this issue?
I totally agree with your ideas, with your problem actually, Sian, regarding this problem. So I also find myself in these situations before. Sometimes the disturbance is unavoidable. For example, like having emergency, like a family member fell and faint and needed help. But sometimes the disturbance is avoidable. For example, like the household chores that I mentioned just now. I suggest that the employees should discuss with their family members about their work and try to schedule time for them to help in doing the household chores. I think that their family members will cooperate with them after the discussion. However, I believe that uh, any disturbance will more or less influence our focus. So I do agree that this is a problem and we have to look into and solve it.
That is very interesting, Lo Hee Chong. As per my knowledge, in the beginning, I can say that working from home is a good idea. Yeah, because travel time to and from the office will be safe and we can spend more time with our family. But we cannot look at the external condition alone because in reality, many disadvantages are experienced by the employees, just like what has been said by Lo Yu Chong earlier about the disturbance and the unavoidable things happening around, and the line between the works and home will be blurred. In general, we as employees leave work tension at the office and come home to relax. In my another view, employees have to set up a work environment at home, which will incur extra expenses. The home office costs also included internet subscription, the headset, the webcam, software and devices. Some places like in the rural area, especially in the rural area, may encounter internet issues and lose the connection frequently. Or maybe the device is just not good enough to attract the internet networks in their area. Additionally, setting up office space at home may not be an option due to the lack of the extra space in the house for certain employees. Yeah, that's from me.
I find your points, Haziq specifically and Lo specifically, your points very interesting. But I would like to add that there are other factors such as mentioned before, distractions and inadequate equipment, as mentioned by Haziq, Yuchong, and Yuan, that contribute to a poor work environment. This may come in the form of improper work desk arrangement or work area placement, where some of our employees do not have a dedicated working space or room, and sometimes work in the living room where other house members, family members may be present, which may lead to distractions, as mentioned before by Loh Hui Chong, to occur. On the other hand, if employees do have a working space or dedicated working space, the desk and working space area may be unorganized, messy, and not suitable for work. Additionally, the workroom that the employee already has may have poor sound isolation and imperfect sound insulation, where sound can bleed from the outside and cause distractions. All these factors, in addition to those mentioned by Haziq and Loh Hui Chong, all contribute to the disturbance when working from home, which is a major problem in my opinion.
Okay, may I continue from Imran point? It's also about work-life balance, which is actually the main point from Yuan and Yu Chong mentioned. Okay, they should act professional. They need to know how to balance their personal life and workplace professionalism. Alright, as for the human resources department, when they apply for a job in our company, most of the interview session, they say they can be professional about their work-life balance. So now is the time. Now is the time that we can test the statement. They cannot just use house chores as excuse. Why? Because it shows that they cannot act professionally. Also, I would like to add that communication with peers is also one of the main things in working environment to ensure efficient work. When we're working at home, we tend to feel lonely and it's hard to communicate with other peers. Therefore, from this problem, the progress of work can be slow and may as well slowing our company production.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for all the opinions. Now I can see that not just me, but everyone here is also facing this issue. I believe it's also same for our other employees. I also appreciate a lot on the suggestions given by Imran, Shakirin, and also Haziq, especially on how we can overcome this drawback. I noticed that the suggestions are mostly revolve around how to set up a good working environment. Okay, how about this? Why not we give our employees some allowance every month so that they can use this allowance to buy IT devices like laptop, tablets, printer, etc. And they can also use this allowance to pay for the internet subscription. I believe that this can not just reduce their stress, this can also help them set a proper working environment.
I would like to chime in. I was very interested in what UN has put forward regarding the employee allowance. Therefore, I would like to pose a question to the board and other members of the meeting that should we as a company give our employees specifically an allowance or give them a subsidiary on purchasing the equipment such as mentioned before, such as adequate internet and devices such as laptops and tablets.
Okay, in my opinion, even though we give them allowance, they also may not be able to purchase some of the equipment such as laptop or tablets since the price for computers is skyrocketing nowadays. But for the network, I think it's fine. But for the computers and the laptop, I think it is I think it is bad idea because most computers nowadays cost around RM 1,500 ringgit to 2,500 ringgit. And also, I think that from this, giving them an allowance will also cost our company a lot of money. So from this point of view, I don't think it is worth. But I think we need to hear from our finance representative. What do you think, Imran?
Well, I have to disagree with you, Shakirin. You point out that the cost of the computers are expensive nowadays. But I would like to point out that PCs, personal computers, sorry, that meet our decent specifications and hardware requirements for work are quite affordable, as employees would not need the top of the line specifications for work, especially if the employees were to buy a laptop, in my opinion, which is a more cost effective and more cost friendly equipment. Therefore, I would like to think that employees should be able to buy these equipments with the given allowance.
May I make a suggestion? Okay, despite giving allowance for workers to buy their office device and equipment, I have a suggestion in order to save the cost of withdrawing our funds. That is by providing the alternative assistance by allowing the companies to bring back their office device and equipment to their home. This does not mean oppression or injustice. With that company saving, we can still save as much as possible for our future use by implementing this alternative. If all of you agree with my idea, to implement this, there must be a rules and regulation so that the ownership and property of the company has the responsible person. So how do you guys feel about this?
I would like to add that in my opinion, if we were to provide equipment, mainly computers, directly as put forth by Haziq, it would be a plausible alternative to providing allowance. Therefore, we can avoid the misuse of allowance by employees and can straight away help our employees to get suitable equipment rather than them buying the equipment for themselves. And most importantly, as mentioned by Haziq, we can save money in our company.
I agree with your idea, Imran, and I like your idea, Hasik. I'm positive that this ideas is feasible since we might have unused laptops and PC around the company when the employees are actually working from home. Besides that, our company managed to provide enough laptops and PC for them before our company allowed them to actually work from home. So, hence, it will be enough laptops and PC for them. And with this, it won't be a problem. And with this in mind, there will be no allowance needed for a company to provide them.
Great. I love all your viewpoints, especially that Sakrin raised a valid point, which is giving allowance might not be enough. And also, Lo mentioned that we have a lot of unused PC and laptops in our company right now. So, how about this? We combine the advantage of both solutions, in which we give them the allowance to help them with the expenses on the internet subscription. While for the IT devices part, I think we can just like what Haziq, Imran Lo mentioned, we can just let them borrow the IT device in our company and bring it back to their homes so that they can use that to sell a proper working environment. And this also, this is a good point. This also prevent the company spending too much in giving employee allowance.
Okay, I definitely agree with you. But may I add that we need to do, I think, some of the questionnaire form to understand what is exactly our employee needs, what equipment they don't have, such as personal computer, PC, or laptop, maybe mouse or keyboard. We need to take note about their internet connection speed. This is because that like this, we need to be careful and must be fair to all employees. For example, some of them already have computers and just need keyboard or mouse, while some of the other employees don't even have the computers. Therefore, we need to conduct an investigation before distributing our resources to ensure fairness to all our employees. What do you think, Yu Jong?
Yeah, I agree with your point, Shakirin, regarding. Okay. So, but I would like to suggest regarding the internet connection issue. So, I have a suggestion actually. I'm thinking that why not our company purchase or subscribe internet plans for employees instead of giving them allowance for it. With this, we can also confirm that they have a stable internet connection since our company will actually just do some research before we actually purchase and subscribe the internet for them. Of course, this is also applicable for other services that require subscriptions. Yeah, just like what you said just now. We ask them through a questionnaire and we understand what they need and we provide uh, the the actual needs for them. Yeah, so that we can actually know which is yeah, you don't need have extra expenses, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that by doing that, I mean like what Dom mentioned, help them to subscribe an internet plan, let them bring their home device, bring back home the IT devices in our company. I think this could prevent them, might subscribe to the wrong internet plan or purchase a wrong device to sell their work environment. I think that's very great. So I strongly believe that now we have a very comprehensive solution for the first drawback, poor working environment. I think we can put a stop on this drawback, then move on. So I would like to continue this discussion with the next drawback, which is that our company is unable to monitor the performance of our employee amid of this pandemic. I even received some reports, some reports from the IT departments that some of the workers slacked off from their work, they were unable to submit their tasks or progression report in time. Myself, I also feel that sometimes I'm sure about the progression of each department. It's very difficult for me and the company to do planning for the next target and also for the next season.
Yeah, what I found here for the downside is unmonitored performance and those frequent breaks. Yeah, as we know, self-regulation is a tough job. Employees might often laze around and take frequent breaks. This will result in longer and less work time when the breaks and work go unmonitored. Some people may not focus on work due to the lack of the professional atmosphere or their environment.
Alright, so I agree with Hazik's point because simply since the employees work at home, sometimes they tend to slack off from work and always take frequent breaks. So this is the big concern for the HR department. So I think in order to solve this, we need to conduct face-to-face online meetings, FaceTime meeting, for example, with the employee. It can be done using online meeting platforms such as Google Meet, Zoom, or WebEx. This meeting platform is actually also free to download, which can be no problem for our employees. And I think the space is not cost a lot of space. So what do you guys think about my solution? Is it good, Imran?
Yeah, I totally agree with both of your points, Shakirin and Haziq. And I would say that this is the best solution for us to monitor the employees' performance effectively. And our employees should regularly meet with each other with project members and group members. But not only that, they should regularly meet with our client. And as a software provider company, it is critical for us to meet with our clients to obtain feedback and comments from them through the use of online mediums such as Zoom, Google Meet, and so on, as mentioned by Shakirin before, uh, which can closely emulate a proper face-to-face meeting with our client.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Can I add something here? I think I agree with Shakirin and Imran, but in my point of view, the workers also have their own privacy, right? Sometimes during the time to do the face online meeting, they might not be available because of something else or interruption in the house. For example, her baby is crying non-stop or he or she need to bring their family members to the clinic or any emergencies. Can we bring one more alternative other than just making face online meetings? What is in my mind right now is I would like to suggest that we can use Google Form to check in and the upgrade progress. What do you think about it?
Uh, Aziz, I think your point is also valid. So I would suggest that we implement and incorporate weekly online meetings while using WhatsApp, Google Form, as you mentioned, and other communication mediums for our employees to update their progress frequently and more easily. So what do your others think about that?
I just realized that our company don't have a specific policy or rules that we need to have a meeting every week or month. I think that since we are changing to working from home, we also need to have a new policy. And this new policy is that we request every team or department to update the progression in communication mediums like WhatsApp or using software like Google Form every week. We could also do meeting, but I think let's just make it optional. It's not compulsory to do meeting every week. But for our client, I think that it's compulsory. It's compulsory for every team to have a weekly meeting with our clients so that we can update our progress with our client, and then we can also get constant feedback. This could also be a good chance to develop a good image for our company too. What do you think, Yu Zhong?
Yeah, I see eye to eye with you, Yuan, because our client will trust us more if we always keep them up to date with our progression, and this may also help us to provide a better solution for them. But now, I would like to also give a suggestion regarding the alternative for having an online meeting to monitor the employee's performance. I think that the Google Form is not that suitable, and I would suggest that why not use Google Sheet? Google Sheet can be shared and edited online. It's more flexible and it would be easier for us to monitor their performance compared to the Google Forms. In my opinion, we should ask them to update their progression every day in the Google Sheet so that we know about their daily progressions, and this will be easier for company to take actions. Oh yeah, and just now, what I meant by flexible is that they can update the progression at any time at the Google Sheet. Yeah, you may say that with Google Form we also can do it, right? But the thing is, with Google Sheet, employees can view their colleagues' progressions. Since everyone can view their colleagues' progressions in Teams, so I think that, and I strongly agree that they will be motivated by others, and they they will have they will be motivated by others that have a better and good progression. Yeah.
Okay, I agree with your opinion, and I also think that maybe the Google Form is not one of the valid alternative method. So, but I would like to add a little bit one suggestion that the meeting or process of monitoring them should not take too long of their working time, since it will bother them more. Just monitor them for around maybe 10 to 15 minutes, I think, so that they don't feel pressured. Since, for example, in low point, which is using Google Sheet, we can see that if someone is monitoring our works.
Okay. I love the idea that we shift from Google Form to Google Sheet. I agree with Law that Google Sheet is very good because it allows simultaneous editing for multiple people at the same time. I think that we can explore other software like Trello or Microsoft OneNote, which also provide the same function, and which is also designed in a way that more suitable for project management. I think that we can explore more on that. For example, in Trello, you can even include the video, images, or PDF file easily on the Trello board. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, for this drawback monitor performance, I think that we have came to a very good solution already. I believe that the solution that we came up can improve the situation a lot. I hope that we can also implement the policy we talked about just now, which is requesting every team to update their progress weekly using the software. I hope that we can implement that as soon as possible and see how's the effect in the next season. Alright, next up I want to bring out the drawback that really concerns me a lot, which is the information security risk. I'm sure that for people like Lo, who is our technical official, has noticed that this is a really big crisis for us. Because, for example, if our employee, while they are working from home, if they connect the Wi-Fi, connect to a public Wi-Fi, they might get attacked by a hacker, and the hacker might steal our company data. Or if our employee is just being careless, they might get a ransomware. This will cause a huge loss to our company data. What do you guys think? What can we do for this problem?
I would like to suggest that we provide our employees with a security software in their devices. We may provide the employees the security software by giving them a link to download, or maybe having it already installed in the computers or the laptops that our company would provide if we do if we were to do so. For those who don't know, security software is a type of software that will secure and protect your computer or network, uh, and it manages access control. It provides data protection. It secures the system or computer against viruses or malware, malicious malware, network or network or internet-based intrusions, and defense against other system level security risks. Therefore, the security software will automatically provide security, prevent data loss by attackers, or maybe because of careless non-tech employees, as mentioned by UN before.
Okay. Because I'm the I'm just the human resources department. I don't know about this technical part so much, but I think I see what Ibrahim trying to say, so I agree with him. But I think we can make another alternative method. How about we make a guideline for the employees? Because sometimes we have there are also slow-witted employees who are not familiar doing work by himself. For instance, these types of employees are such as interns or newly employed workers. Therefore, we need to provide the guideline so they don't have to panic and just follow the guideline. The guidelines need to be correct and precise since all workers will use the same guideline. This is important since failure to follow it will make the company's data and information at risk. We need to ask from the technical team. How about it, Yu Chong? Do you agree with me?
Yeah, Shakirin, it will actually happen. And if it does happen, right, so it may cause our company to lose our clients because our clients may lose confidence with us. On top of that, I agree with your suggestion, Imran. For better security, perhaps we should also ask our employees to use VPN services. With the VPN service, the information they send across the internet may be encrypted, and the VPN also able to prevent their device being hacked. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of your opinions. But do not forget about the backup keys of the security system. Maybe for our safety measures, if you get a problem like forgotten problem or losing the key to a device, they can have some backups. For instance, backup from a key store file, mnemonic phrase, or other else. As our company is very concerned about the high level of security, we must not just make a simple password recovery like general website or third-party apps did. In addition, our workplace is at our house, which is less secure compared to workplace at the company office. Yeah.
Just like Shah, I'm not much of an IT expert here, but based on what you guys discussed, I think that we all are acceptably on the same page on this issue. I mean, let's just implement what you all have discussed, but apart from that, I think that we can also conduct a cybersecurity awareness session. This session will help our employee to learn that how to be careful while accessing internet services and what actions they could take if they face any kind of emergency we mentioned above. I strongly believe that this session will reduce the chances of information security risk a lot. Alright, I think that we can put a stop for this drawback and move on to our next drawback, the last second drawback. Alright, the last second drawback I want to discuss about is that the team bonding problem. Our company has started the working from home culture for like 6 months. Yeah, 6 months already. In the last 6 months, a lot of new employee and interns had joined our company. But the team bonding, the team working culture has not improved since then. I'm thinking that for this issue, maybe we can do a team bonding session like a vacation, which can help our employee to foster their relationships and also let them relax at the same time. But I'm not sure is this what our employee wanted. What do you all think?
Actually, I have a point I like to make. Strong relationship and the excellent spirit of the corporation are very important for most employees to survive in the company. With all the stress in the job, coupled with the situation at home that is not conducive, in my view, To improve our bonding issue stated by Yuan earlier, the boss need to consider and keep in mind that the team needs vacation. Make sure employees take enough breaks in order to provide a new spirit and as a booster that can increase the level of motivation for them to work with the company. Yeah.
Okay, Aziz. I want to clarify with you, Aziz. When you mention team vacation or regular, do you mean regular vacations for personal employees? Personally, I mean, or individually, or something else? And the next thing I would like to ask is and pose to the other board members is that should companies arrange for company vacations, together, and would it be beneficial to our employees in terms of strengthening employee relationships whilst relieving stress, as mentioned by Haziq before and you and beforehand?
Okay, to answer your question, Imran, as Yuan said about the bonding issue, I suggest a company vacation rather than regular individual vacation because the point is we want to create a stronger bonding and capture the best moment with our workers. In my view, it should be no problem because most of us are already vaccinated, right? Before we working with our company. Therefore, a company's vacation is the best idea to improve and strengthen our bonding issue. Okay, how about you guys?
Okay. I might not agree with you guys because as for the HR department, I cannot just simply give vacation because it simply can cost our company's performance. But how about this? I provide another alternative. How about we do some dinner events, which is they can gather and talk to each other. But since it is still the pandemic season, every worker needs to follow the SOP, wearing masks, keep their distance. This also can be an opportunity for our company to show that we care about our employees and are friendly. Why? Because, for instance, people who want to apply for a job in our company, they mostly will do some research about our company. For example, they can just search about our company in Google or maybe find it in our official social media accounts such as in Facebook or maybe Instagram. So then from that, we can post some of our dinner event, for example, in the social media account. Therefore, when this type of people that want to apply for our company, when they see how friendly and caring our company is towards their employees, they will mostly feel more motivated to join our company. I think that is the best option. What do you think, Lo Yichong?
Uh, I think that all your ideas are great, but I disagree that the company vacations and the dinner events are the best solution for this. From my point of view, I think that having a game event could also be able to strengthen the bonding and the relationship between them. And I think that this is the best solution. This is because there will be interactions between them when they play the games as a team or even just play individually. The game should be fun and uh, should be fun to play, and this so that they can create an exciting atmosphere. With this atmosphere, I'm sure that they will open their heart and understand more about each others when they are having the fun. The game could be either software games or physical games, and we can either hold it physically or virtually. Since now we work from home, right? So we prefer held virtually, right? So they might not have extra expenses for company to help this kind of event, and mm, it even will cost no expenses when we held it virtually, and in the condition that our company doesn't provide rewards for them lah. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah. So to conclude it, I think this is the best solutions for that problem.
As far as I know about our company station, and I think that we can do a dinner night. I mean, we can do a dinner event. We can also do the game plan, as mentioned by Lo. Okay, so why not we do it like this? Maybe we can do the game night for every week, and then while maybe we can have a dinner event maybe every month or every 6 months or 3 months. We can have a dinner event in which the company can have a dinner event with everyone. They can come and eat and have fun, gather together. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is let's focus on the idea of dinner night and game first. I think both are feasible and totally plausible. Then for the vacation, I think we need to see the responses from our employee first. If their response to the game night and the dinner event is very good, I think that we can definitely talk about this further. Okay, I think that sums up the second drawback. Then I would like to talk about the last drawback for today's discussion, which is the risk of overworking. I see this as a same level of issue as the information security risk issue I mentioned just now, because it will cause a huge impact on both the mental health and also the physical health of our employee. And by affecting their health, our company performance will also be affected. Since we started working from home, sometimes I also feel that I'm very tired of working, because I always find myself, still working even if it's already 7 p.m. Working from home has made me lose the sense of office hour. What do you think?
I agree with what UN has mentioned 100% on the risk of overworking. I would say, in my opinion, the major reason behind this lack of work-life balance, as mentioned by Shakirin way early in the meeting, is that employees may find it challenging to separate their work life or their work from home life from their actual life at home and find balance. This is opposed to, as mentioned before by UN, that we're working in the office sometimes where it has set hours. It is easier for our employees and myself to distinguish their work with other aspects of life. Say 9 to 5. It's easier 9 to 5, set 9 to 5. And this may add to the stress and the burnout of our employees, which will lead to other mental issues. Therefore, on our part, our company part, we will have to in my opinion, we will have to exact a common working hour, especially for employees who live in different time zones. We will have to fix mutual expectations with our employees to avoid clashes and misunderstandings. And furthermore, these set rules that I mentioned and expectations will have to be agreed mutually beforehand on what is accepted and what isn't acceptable during the work from home area. I would say work from home, and then these expectations can cover from things like time tracking and communication policies. That's all.
Imran, I strongly agree with your points and especially the suggestions. Personally, I think for the reason, I think that the lack of professional environments in employees' homes is also one of the reasons for this problem. It may also be the cause that makes the employees unable to balance their work life. Like what Hatzi had said, the employees may not focus on their work due to the lack of the professional atmosphere. So as far as I can tell, they might not be familiar with the work from home and they used to work at the workplace. So they lost their focus and eventually drag their work and unable to finish in time. Hence, they have to work overtime or we say work extra hours to finish their tasks. So other than this, that might come in the situation where the higher ups think that it will be convenience for employees to work since they are work from home, and they might give extra works and burden for them to accomplish, and eventually, they overwork.
Okay, I agree with Imran, and I see what Lohtra is trying to say. But I think also may I like to add that actually we need to keep that the boss who or the supervisor who give our employees the assignment, the task, is need to keep them open-minded. So we need to have a chat with the employee more regularly. We need to keep track about their performance, how is their mental health, how is their progression, and make sure they don't stress enough. Also, what I'm trying to say is don't give them too much work just because they work from home. It's not fair. what I'm trying to say also is we need to understand the situation. For instance, we need to always have a consulting session with them, since it is important for us, the human resources department, to take note of our workers' progress, health, and also their mentality. But I think for the consulting session, I think the human resources department can do the time schedule for the interview session with the employees. All right. So let's hear from Haziq's opinion. What do you think?
In my view, I agree with Imran, Loh Chong, and Shakrin opinions. But Imran's opinion is quite similar to my previous point of problem. If workers have a lack of work-life balance, it is caused by overworking job and unwanted performance. My solution is we need to add one more alternative by adding the time limitation of the working progress. Despite doing face meeting, use the Google form or Microsoft Excel to input the data and check the update progress. By adding this alternative, by adding this alternative, employees will have uh, employees will have guidance and they know on how to optimize their time usage efficiently and when they see the goal. Yeah, when they see the goal. Okay.
Okay, from all your opinions and suggestions, I think that another thing that we can do is, since we have a communication medium like a WhatsApp group and the Telegram group for our company, I think that what we can do is, when it's already our office time, let's say 6 p.m., we can do is like send a message into the group telling everyone that you should try to start to sum up your works, and time to rest, time to quit your work, and go back to your personal life. I think this is what we can do. And besides, I'm totally seeing eyes to eyes with Shakirin. I think we should encourage our employee to be more open-minded. Maybe we don't just do the consulting session. We can do a feedback collecting survey also, so that we can collect a survey from our employee to understand what is their need for this working from home season, and so that we as a company can help our employee as much as possible. Alright, I think that it's also for the last. That's all from for the last drawback. Before I conclude today's discussion, is there anyone who would like to add on anything?
Can I add
Yeah,
something,
sure.
please? As we discussed earlier in the meeting, there are many drawbacks from working from home, and I see that there's many negative things about working from home, but because of the pandemic and so on. But I think as the heads of our companies, finance, so on, technology and so on, we should persevere and be positive in thinking and think of working from home as another challenge and as a step up evolution by using technology and so on. And I think we should echo our positive thinking and perseverance through our own employees that work below us. And I would say that's all from me. How about the others?
Okay, I would like to add some more points about Imran point. As for the HR department, I think it's the best thing that we need to take care of our employees. We don't give them too much work, understand what their needs and understand what is their problem. Okay, besides other than improving our productivity, our employees is more important too. I think that's all from me.
Yeah, I think that we shouldn't just view on these drawbacks. There's also a lot of its advantages if we work from home. So yeah, we should be positive.
Yeah, I think I have nothing more to add, and I agree with all of you opinions and about the improvise of the disadvantages of working from home. Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
from me.
So I think I would also like to say something here. So is that I would like to prompt everyone here, try to start to contact more with your employee, contact more with your team, with the person in your team, try to understand more, because I think that communication is the best way for us to understand our employee. No software, no policy, no actions or plans can beat the communication. Communication is the best way for us to understand our employee and help them to solve their problem. Alright, I think that's all for today's meeting. Thanks for everyone input in today's discussion. To sum up today's discussion, we all agree that all the drawbacks that we discussed just now are the real problem that exists within our company. And luckily, our discussion has came up with several solutions for those drawback. Then that's all. I would like to end this discussion. Thank you guys. Thank you for attending this meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.